Good morning, children. Children, in the last class, we have started with the topic atomic structure and chemical bonding. Today, we are going to continue with this topic. In last class, you have learnt about structure of atom, electronic configuration. Today, we'll continue and we'll see some new terms which are related to this chapter, and then we'll proceed to chemical bonding thing. So, the term which we are going to discuss today is, the first term is valence shell. So what do you understand by the term valence shell? You have heard this term earlier also. Valence shell means outermost shell of an atom. This is the valence shell. Then another term is valence electrons. So the electrons present in outermost shell are called valence electrons. Now children, these valence electrons actually, they are the ones which are responsible for any kind of chemical property of an atom. That means chemical properties of an atom depend on these valence electrons, because the valence electrons of an atom only take part in a chemical reaction. So, suppose I have told you in chapter periodic table, if an atom has same number of electron in the outermost shell, then it shows same type of properties, and in the periodic table it is kept in same group. For example, you have learnt about in periodic table you have learnt about lithium, sodium, potassium, atomic number 3, 11, 19, 2, 1, 281, 2881. All of them have one electron in the outermost shell, have same chemical properties, are known as alkali metals and are kept in first group. All of them are in first group. So these valence electrons decide the chemical properties of an atom. Now, if an atom has 1, 2 or 3 electrons in last shell, then it is considered to be put in the category of metals. Metals have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell, and for example, suppose sodium has 281 electron in the outermost shell. Now what does sodium do? Sodium has a tendency to lose this 1 electron in the outermost shell and form positive ion cation. Another atom like calcium has atomic number 20, 2882. It also has 2 electrons in the outermost shell. It is a metal, can lose 2 electrons and form Ca2+, that is 288. So these atoms which are known as metals have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell, lose electrons, form positive ions, and thus they are good reducing agents. Reducing agents means they can donate their electron to some other atom and reduce it. On the other side, if the atom has 4, 5, 6 and 7 electron in the outermost shell or the last shell, then it is known as non-metal. Non-metals have 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons in the outermost shell. For example, let us see the example of chlorine. Chlorine, Cl, has atomic number 17, 287, 287. Then what does it do? It can gain 1 electron and form Cl1 minus 288. It can form a negative ion. Similarly, oxygen, atomic number 8, 2, 6. It will also gain 2 electrons and form O2 minus, and it will become 2,8. So these atoms with 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons tend to gain electron and they form negative ions and are known as non-metals. Now the atoms which have 8 electrons in the outermost shell, you very well know, are known as noble gases or inert gases like helium. Helium is the exception. Helium has 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Rest of them have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Helium has 2 and duplet complete means it has 2 electrons in the outermost shell. It has only one shell which has a maximum capacity of 2 electrons. That shell is completely filled. That means it is a satisfied atom, fully stable atom, has 2 electrons, duplet is complete. The others after helium like neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, they have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So their outermost shell is fully satisfied or complete, and thus these atoms do not show any kind of reaction. They are fully stable. They have outermost shell complete, electronic configuration is satisfied. That's why they do not show any kind of reaction, because they do not need to lose, gain or share electron. They are stable, so they do not need to gain, lose or share electron. Now the other atoms, like these atoms which have less than 8 electrons in the outermost shell, like chlorine, like oxygen, which have less electrons, or like hydrogen, which has 1 electron in the outermost shell. Hydrogen having one shell and having 1 electron in it can become stable if it gains 1 more electron. Its duplet will be completed if it gains 1 more electron. So the other atoms which have any other number of electrons, other than 8 in last shell are known as unstable atoms. So these unstable atoms, hydrogen is not among them. Hydrogen has only 1 electron. Hydrogen has 1 electron and it has 1 shell. So it needs only 1 electron to become stable. In 1 shell, it will have 2 electrons, it will become stable. So except for hydrogen, hydrogen can become stable by having 2 electrons in the outermost shell. So if there is any other number of electrons other than 8 in the last shell, then atoms are known as unstable. And then those atoms, they try to become stable to attain a stable electronic configuration of their nearest noble gas. They will lose, gain or share electron, and while losing, gaining or sharing electron, they form a kind of bond between other atoms. Those other atoms can be atoms of same element or different element. So you can say the unstable atoms they have a urge to become stable, try to become stable by losing, gaining or sharing electrons. And while doing so, while losing, gaining or sharing electrons with other atoms, what do? They form bonds with other atoms. So, form bonds with other atoms, and these bonds are known as chemical bonds. So actually these chemical bonds, you can say, are the what? Attractive force of attraction, or you can say chemical bond is a kind of force of attraction between atoms which have shared or lost their electron to some other atom or gained an electron from another atom. So a kind of chemical bond is formed between the atoms when they lose, gain or share with other atoms. This chemical bond term you have earlier also studied. There are different types of chemical bonds like electrovalent bond or covalent bond. That we will study in the next class about the chemical bonds, different types of chemical bonding. Today, the next topic which we will be discussing in next video is isotopes. So, this is all.